Welcome back to the 14th week of my Empires recap. From wardens to zombies and cathedrals to temples, let's see what has happened this week. Sausage would have acquired from the comments ideas for the shops in the new fishing village, which includes a fishing and coffee shop, a barber, bamboo and scaffold shop, and treasures of the sea. Fortunately, he and the magic are in tune right now, or else those interiors wouldn't have done themselves. However, when going to Hermes' house, he is transported a couple hours later with Shelby. Apparently, he had been sleepwalking, which he wanted to help with. Shelby gives potions to strengthen his mind, plus to stay in control. Getting a mangrove sapling could hopefully ward off whatever is causing these visions. Now is for his biggest build yet, a cathedral to worship the sunflower goddess, Pearl, which, as expected, needs a lot of resources. As expected, this is the resources he has ever had to gather for one build this season, which should be worth it in the end. Which worth it is. Better than he had ever imagined. A centipede called La Cathédrale de Santa Perla. In an unexpected turn of event, while leaving the cathedral, saying how Pearl would love this, she speaks in fond agreement of the statement, shocking Sausage as it isn't every day that the person you worship actually responds. Tired of being a weaker pirate than he could be, Joey has a quest of upgrading his gear to netherite, which Gator can help him with. Unfortunately, the sheriff still hasn't restocked the TNT wagon in 4 trips, so he decides to set up a counter business, making his own gunpowder farm surrounded by a giant lighthouse so nobody notices. After having AFK there for half an hour, goes to Sausage, saying how it's the tallest building in the area and of the farm. Yet, to his knowledge, what hides in the lighthouse could cause war if the sheriff finds out about it. More trivial knowledge through though is under the tree in the secret grotto that someone else is interested in his girlfriend Catherine, that being the great witch Shelby, who wants to rub lotion all over her sweaty body. How dare she! Appreciating this gossip, Joe is even more inspired to create armor, as this could be the start of the Catherine War, as a sign in front of his gate saying, "Stay away from Catherine." Collecting the ancient debris he needs from the Nether, gives it and his diamond armor to Gator for him to work with. While returning from an AFKing session, his armor is ready, looking like a true expensive pirate prince of the sea, giving a full 360 shot of the new fit. But who should he show it off to? Joel needs to pay back for what gift Whip gave him, and he knows exactly what to do, even if it involves his most hated mob of the game, a chicken. Even despite his hatred, his passion for getting back at Whip is even stronger, so he builds an island specifically for farming them, so he is able to gather as many eggs as possible while decorating around it to fill dead space. Gathering Hermes and some redstone, it is time for the prank to be put in place. What he is doing is making a never-ending chicken supplier at several points throughout Gobland, working through chickens on a hopper, collected then removed by a dispenser. Fortunately, having been returned back to Sausage, it is requested for him to do more adventures with Hermes. Having his warden being broken out of its present cell, Jimmy only has 2 suspects on who could have done this. Either his arch nemesis Joel or Lizzie. Despite having upgraded his bow, it doesn't protect him from the shrieking blast once approached. Worst to come is the loss of a diamond sword and a pair of netherite boots. Realizing that this would be more difficult of a challenge than first anticipated, goes to the server for help, which Catherine and Sausage do come by to help, while Joel is just there to watch, being caught by karma, dying at the end. Meeting upon Ty Bridge, Joel flaunts the sheriff's head, and after having killed him after the battle, also acquiring both wings and hat from Sausage. Patience is key, which is why he has never been infuriated in his life. A board truly doesn't signify his value towards his alliances, building them a pagoda for their banner to be placed inside. Doing this makes him remember that Tom Down is yet to have their own banner, so makes one from the design he had seen online. This should work for now. There being a warden in her base as well, Jem wants it out. Yet, as a princess, it isn't proper to be killing, or the fact that she can't kill it alone. So requests help of the people as well, with help by Sausage, Joel, and Pix. The warden is slain. As of this, it doesn't rub well with her declaring the goblin as an enemy. She'd need to defend against it, building a traditional turreted wall against the coast by her greenhouse. Eventually, she'd build ship, yet considering a pirate on this server, best she doesn't have any for now. Afterwards, we would be introduced to Irene, her mending villager, which her villagers at the stall could be more efficient. Having become more efficient, she notices something icy on the mountain, a bear. She had enough problems today, but decides to approach the bear as if it's friendly or not. Learning that it is friendly, she leads it down a mountain in the dawn, where she adds her own custom sun-designed saddle upon it so it can be ridden. However, what should she call the bear? Apollo! Faust comes down and sees that the sign has changed again. Now it reads, "Don't listen to the whispers, they'll lead you down the wrong path," which concerns her. As to whispers, maybe they're there with someone else right now. The pumpkin statue moving by itself, however, can't be ignored. Proceeding to upgrade her bridge, she widens it with tough blocks, adding dark oak pillars and working on a gateway, as she wants to be welcoming like others have been to her. Yet enchanting books are what the people currently want, so she makes a villager conversion unit to make the trades just 1 emerald. So when it works, she's surprised as she hadn't done this in survival before. The gate will stop people coming from the north. Well, at least the pumpkin statue. Joel starts off this episode on checking on the chicken prank at Goblin, which has been a success, unintentionally helped by Lizzie loading the chunks being nearby. It is only when Joey breaks his gold farm that he realizes that he needs allies, as he's gaining many enemies. Gathering more resources, they are used to build a spherical temple which is inspired by X-Life. Towers and domed with sparkly amethysts floating around it. This temple would be the Temple of Jeremy, aka the Crazy God, as he had lost his mind, naming everything Jeremy, claiming someone named Jeremy visited him, causing him to change his name to it, but also having a donkey that was obsessed with who had a name Jeremy. What a weirdo. To make it all complete, he'll need to find the real Jeremy, and once found, it is the definition of happiness. Because of this new accomplishment, a Donkey Jeremy toy is made, filling up the middle aisle of the toy barn. Pictoriffs would need to establish where frog lights come from lore-wise, as the Nether isn't too canon. How they could appear would be through fruit trees growing in meadows. These would have been golden fruit of the Empire, thriving with the abundance of people. There would have been a variety of types of frog-like trees, leaves, and sizes. Going through the tunnel, new farmland has been revealed. The different fields are separated by walls, being able to travel through them with pathways. Would also be revealed carvings into one of the stone blocks. These could be built. While walking through the frog-like meadows, he's able to spot something blue, which at analysis would be a dodo. These would be his horse mob after having that both the city and the bird are extinct, being brought back to life. After dodo testing, the one which he picks out would be named Winchester, as it sounds like a stuffy old man name would have. Now being a part of the lore, dodos could be a part of a little mascot for the ancient capital. After reading resumes of those who want to live at Sanctuary, he will later build a town hall with a library attached. There would now be 4 sections which each person would be: 1. Their race, like elf, dwarf and eddy. 2. What class they are, so for example clerics, witches and rangers inspired by D&D. 3. Professions, and 4. Special abilities. Shelby returns, coming in the night, check on Sausage, which he is doing better from last time, having no weird visions, no vomiting in the mouth, so nothing too crazy, yet he is scared that something may happen. Fortunately, once again she has a cure to provide him with, which could be risky as it's what is used to cure zombie villagers. However, this doesn't concern him, yet after the procedure he is in pain, confused on what happened. Did it work? Why is he hungry? Why does he look like this? What did she do? And why does he have a craving for human flesh? He always knew it would have to get worse before it could ever become better. Looking at himself, he is disgusted. So are his villagers, who scour at the sight of him. This needs to be fixed, but how? Sausage thinks that possibly dying could help. Yet dying from a warden, drowning, prickling from a berry, or even getting mauled by a panda doesn't seem to revert him back to his human state. Seeing Hermes, Sausage decides to use his zombified state to an advantage by using Hermes' bait and then scaring people of the server out of nowhere. First victim is Gem, who after running in her house logs out in fear. Wanting more fun, he then scares False, who was at his log shop where she killed him out of panic and fear. Him, after revealing that was just a prank and how Hermes was made, gives her the shulker box which he was carrying for an apology. Finally is Lizzie. Yeah, she is unfazed by this attempt, more or less confused on the matter. Even though this can be fun, he doesn't want to be like this forever. as in true honesty, he doesn't want to scare anyone, especially anyone in Sanctuary. So he goes off to ask Pearl, putting a sunflower in a cathedral's holy water, receiving him a piece of paper saying, "Go to the east of a totem of rebirth." Going east finds a village being raided, being able to collect totems from the slain pillagers. Even if many villagers die, a survivor tells him to go further east as something special for him lays ahead there. Yet what lays for him is what seems to be a summoning circle from a local rabbit resident that had been there forever. Beaming with knowledge into his brain from it, he could get unlimited totems. Building a farm from it, having a villager on guard, he's able to acquire the totem of rebirth. All him needing to do now was sacrifice himself, thanking all of the mobs involved for their help. This time, it works. Sacrificing himself in front of the cathedral cures him from the zombified state. Yet, before he left the circle, a red sheep had been noticed. Where on earth did that come from? Crazy things be happening in Sanctuary. Many crazy things. Thank you for watching my Empires Season 2 recap. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button, with the bell, leave a like, and maybe even leave in a comment as well. Goodbye.